Hello, welcome to PokerStars Learn. I'm Spraggy, and after watching this video, you'll know exactly what to look for when playing a poker tournament. So, what is a tournament? Put simply, it's a poker game with a very clear beginning, middle, and end. It's a competition where you aim to become the last player standing, a bit like a Battle Royale video game. You'll pay an entry fee and receive a set number of chips which have no direct cash value. They're basically just used to keep score. You keep playing until you either lose your chips, in which case you're out of the game, or you have all of the chips, in which case you're the winner. But in most tournaments, you don't have to be the champion to make money. The prize pool is traditionally shared amongst the top 10 to 15% of finishers, and the higher you finish, the more money you make. As the game progresses, the blinds go up, forcing you to play hands. It's important to be aware of your stack size, the number of chips you have, and how that translates to the number of big blinds you're playing. For example, let's say you start a tournament with 20,000 chips, and the big blind is 100. You have 200 big blinds. That's a very healthy stack. In fact, anytime you have more than 50 big blinds, you're in a comfortable position in a tournament. You can calculate how many blinds you have at any point by dividing your stack by the value of the big blind. When the big blind is 1600 and you don't know your 1600 times tables, you might need to whip the calculator out. Obviously, as the blinds increase, the number of big blinds you have will decrease, and this can put your tournament life at risk. For example, if the blinds are 400, 800, and you still have 20,000 chips, you no longer have 200 big blinds. You now have only 25 big blinds. Not so healthy, not so comfortable. And then there's the ante to worry about. Antes are additional forced bets in poker tournaments, usually introduced after the first few blind levels. They put pressure on the shorter stacks, increase the size of the pot, and drive action. Online, each player pays the ante before any cards are dealt. Most live tournaments now use a big blind ante, where the player in the big blind pays a larger ante on behalf of the rest of the table. This is just designed to speed up play. The antes in the blinds go up at regular intervals. Look at the structure of the tournament to find out how frequently they're increasing. Online, blind levels can be anywhere from 3 minutes to 30 minutes. Live poker plays slower, so blind levels are likely to be longer, anything from 20 minutes to 2 hours. If we look at online poker specifically, the three main tournament speed types are regular, turbo, and hyper turbo. Regular tournaments have blind levels that increase every 8 to 15 minutes with a starting stack of between 50 and 400 big blinds. These tournaments can last anywhere between 3 and 8 hours. In turbo tournaments, the blind levels increase more frequently, every 5 or 6 minutes, and the starting stack is 50 to 200 big blinds. These tournaments normally last between 1.5 and 4.5 hours. Then there are the hyper turbos. Expect 3-minute blind levels, a starting stack of between 20 and 200 big blinds, and a runtime of about an hour to 2.5 hours. It's easy to find the tournament you're looking for on PokerStars. Head to the tourney section and use the drop-down menus. For example, if you want to play a no-limit hold'em, low buy-in, regular speed tournament, just apply those filters. If you double-click on a tournament, the lobby window will pop up. There's so much useful information, including the structure, where you'll see the starting stack, the blind levels, and how frequently they increase. Let's talk a little bit of strategy now. In regular tournaments with longer blind levels, you'll have more time to wait for big hands. This also gives you more time to observe how your opponents are playing and build up a stack slowly without taking big risks. In turbo tournaments, the blinds increase faster. You can't be as patient. You'll need to take a few more risks. In hyper turbos, you can't wait around. With 3-minute blind levels, it won't be long until you're hovering around 10 big blinds and have a simple decision: fold or move all in. Let's put this knowledge into practice. You're in a turbo tournament with 11 big blinds. You've been dealt King 10 offsuit on the button, the action's been folded to you. What's the best move? Fold, call the big blind, make a small raise, or move all in? The correct answer is move all in. If we fold and the blinds increase again, our stack dwindles further, and a better opportunity may not come along. If we just call or make a small raise, one of the players in the blinds could re-raise all in. Now we have the choice of calling, risking our tournament life, or folding, leaving us with an even shorter stack. Moving all in gives us the best chance of forcing the players in the blinds to fold, and we pick up the blinds and antes. If they call, we could be eliminated, but we could also double up. I found myself in a similar situation where all I wanted to do was steal those blinds and antes. Very good hand for us here, blindy blind. Oh, it's time you bluff. We got 7 bigs and 8-7 suited. We're all in blind versus blind, of course. Hold. That's a great flop, I gotta tell you. That's a great little double up. All right, back in the game. It's important to highlight that you don't have to join at the very start of a tournament. Late registration is nearly always an option for a limited period. It's possible to late reg, meaning you can enter during the first few blind levels. Some players, like me, like to register late. They may consider the first few blind levels to be inconsequential, dare I say, boring. Or want to face fewer competitors, as some players will have already been eliminated. But there are negatives attached to this approach. You won't start the tournament with as many big blinds. For example, if the starting stack is 10,000 chips and you join a few levels in when the big blind is already 500, you'll have just 20 big blinds. You're going to be below average stack. In fact, you'll be starting as a short stack. You'll also have no idea how the rest of the table is playing. For example, who's just suffered a bad beat, or who's only been showing down strong hands. So if you're new to tournaments, it might be worth playing from the very start. Finally, many tournaments give you the option to rebuy or re-enter if you're eliminated during the first few levels. Again, this is only available for a limited amount of time. Normally, when late registration closes, a tournament becomes a freeze out. That means once you're knocked out, you're out. All right, I've been Spraggy. This has been a beginner's guide to tournaments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe for more poker videos, and thank you for watching.